Come January, I always want something a little bit lighter and fresher in the kitchen. That doesn't mean the baking needs to stop, I just like to add in some fresh flavors. So these cherry, pistachio, and lime cookies are my absolute favorite. And as a bonus, they're an icebox cookie or refrigerator cookie. And that means they are extremely easy. You make them, you slice them, you bake them. You can make them ahead, put them in the freezer, whatever. I love them, and you're going to too. To start, cream together some room temperature butter and brown sugar. I just like it to cream until it's really well combined. Add in a couple eggs. I do crack them in a bowl, usually, especially for you guys because it looks better, but you really should just to make sure you don't get any shell in there. Also add a little bit of vanilla and then mix that up until it's well mixed. Scrape down the bowl at this point just to make sure everything's getting incorporated, nothing's sticking to the bottom. Measure and add your flour and a little bit of baking soda and then mix that up. This is gonna start to get a little bit stiff here, but just mix until it's really well mixed and comes together in a dough form. Then you can add in everything that makes these delicious. Honestly, at this point, you could kind of make them whatever icebox cookie you want to because that's kind of the base, but you definitely wanna add in these next ingredients. I just like to chop up some dried tart cherries. I just chop them a little bit smaller so they're easier to cut and they're in smaller pieces. And then some chopped pistachios. It's too much work to take each pistachio nut out of its shell, so I buy the ones that are pre-done, but I have to hide them from myself because they're so delicious, and when they're just pre-done, you can just pop them all in your mouth, so you might wanna hide the bag from yourself, but they're really good. I just chop them in a food processor to get them pretty finely ground. To finish this off, I like to add in some lime zest. It is a great pop of flavor, and citrus in January and in these winter months is absolutely perfect. Make sure to only zest the green parts of the lime. You don't want any of that white pithy stuff because it can be kind of bitter. Throw that right in there and then mix it again. My mixer was sounding a little bit tired at this point, but you should be able to mix it really well. To finish this, you just want to take it off the mixer, make sure everything was really well incorporated and in a good dough form, and then put it right onto a piece of parchment. I kind of like to shape it into a log just to kind of get a visual for the size and make sure it's even, and then cut it in half. Then I just shape it a little bit more into a smaller log, roll the parchment over itself, and I like to use a bench scraper and just press it against the parchment to get a really nice, tight roll. It's just a way I like to do it, but hey, if you have your own method, go ahead. Do that again for the second amount, and then just put those right into the refrigerator to chill. I like to make sure they're really well chilled, so it'll take a good couple hours or overnight. You can make this ahead, it's great. Remove them from the fridge, and then just slice them about 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick and put them on parchment-lined baking sheets. Seriously, you guys, these are so easy. Make them the day before you need them, slice them, bake them, fresh cookies. What could be better? Right after I slice them and set them right on that baking sheet, I like to sprinkle on a little bit of turbinado or raw sugar. That way when it bakes, it gets kind of crackly and crunchy on top, and who doesn't love some crackly, crunchy sugar? I love it. Then place them right into your preheated oven and bake them till they're slightly golden, but not too golden on top. After they've baked and they're slightly golden, remove them from the oven, let them cool a few minutes on the baking sheet, and then pull them off and right onto a baking rack. I like to serve these just as they are because they are so delicious. They're kind of like a butter cookie. They're really flaky, and the flavor is so good. I can't wait to see how you guys use these. I love to hear from you guys and see your pictures on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Make sure you leave me a message, and I can't wait to hear how you're making these cookies.